Good evening, Western Washington. Hope everybody had a nice Thursday across the area. Right now, we're going to take a look here at a recap of the thunderstorm event, what happened, what went wrong with the forecast, and we're going to take a look at the next few days here. You can see we have this storm spinning offshore, bringing showers into Western Washington over the next couple of days. You can see some thunderstorms out across Eastern Washington, Eastern Oregon, and parts of Idaho today. Taking a look at the weather radar there, you can see that storm spinning offshore. It is pushing rounds of showers up through the area. Some of these did bring some thunderstorms out here. You can see toward the Tri-Cities there in eastern Washington, out towards Spokane and Pullman, some of those areas as well. But not too much in the way of thunder across western Washington here today. So going back to yesterday with the thunderstorm event, so this is from the National Weather Service Seattle, and I thought this was a really good thing to look at. So what happened? Basically, the bottom line here is that the Outlook products issued by the Storm Prediction Center and the Severe Thunderstorm Watch was issued as a collaboration between the Storm Prediction Center and the local forecast offices, and this was scientifically sound. But this event serves as a reminder that severe thunderstorms can happen in Western Washington, and that we consider ourselves lucky that we escaped this setup with minimal impacts. But forecasting severe thunderstorms is a challenge even in locations that experience them frequently, and it's even more challenging here in the Northwest. You need 4 elements for severe thunderstorms to come together in the right combination to give us severe thunderstorms. So you can see we had the moisture, we had the lift, which is a big cause for thunderstorms. We had the wind shear, which is, that wind going at different directions in different levels of the atmosphere. We had a lot of shear, but there was not enough instability because of morning fog and shower activity and cloud coverage throughout the day that limited daytime heating and made the high temperatures lower than expected. This means that the thunderstorms were not as deep and powerful as they could have been if we had been clear most of the day. And that is really what it comes down to right there. The forecast models showed much higher temperatures, much less cloud cover, and when that did not happen, it ended up making the thunderstorms weaker. Taking a look here, I posted this on the Western Washington Weather Facebook group, just a debrief here of the thunderstorms. You can go and read this. I'll be sure to put a link to it in the description, but I just wanted to highlight this section. So I asked here, was this a bust of a forecast? So yes and no. The severe thunderstorm threat and that hail threat did not materialize despite the highest risk ever issued west of the Cascades. And of note, a very similar situation happened for the Central Valley of California last spring, with a slight risk, just like here, of severe thunderstorms forecasted, but a vastly underperforming result. And so in that sense, when we didn't have the hail, we didn't have the severe thunderstorms, we didn't have tornadoes, anything like that. So in that sense, it was a bust. But this was still a significant thunderstorm event for a large portion of Western Washington, with frequent lightning and heavy rain. So in that sense, it wasn't a bust. And one takeaway I hope people have is that thunderstorms are extremely difficult to forecast in the Northwest, especially in Western Washington. And so the fact that this was a tough forecast is not a surprise. There were a lot of areas that did get a lot of lightning and a lot of rain, but it was not the damaging hail, strong winds, supercells, and all that we had been looking at previously. And again, that's because of the lack of instability in the atmosphere due to the cloud cover, the lack of warm temperatures across some of the area, and all that. So then taking a look here, there was some pretty cool lightning. You can see this. This is my GoPro video going north into downtown Seattle as the thunderstorm was going on. You can see that cloud-to-ground lightning strike there. That's looking northwest there toward some parts of West Seattle there, right before the I-90 and West Seattle Bridge interchanges there. So it's pretty cool to see some of these cloud-to-ground strikes across the area. So now, moving on into the extended forecast here, taking a look at the European model, you can see this storm offshore brings areas of rain through the area here, through Western Washington, all the way through Saturday morning there. Then we have just some showers at times through the day on Saturday. And as we go into Sunday, we remain dry. We're going to have a mostly dry day on Sunday. There you can see as we get to about 5 p.m. that rain moves up toward Portland and then moves north into Western Washington by 8 to 10 p.m. Get our next system moving through there. Not all that much in the way of rain, just some showers lingering through the day Monday there into early Tuesday morning. Some of these showers remain around the area through the day Tuesday. We get another system diving south across the area on Thursday there, bringing some more rain, and then we will dry out by the time we get to Friday. So taking a look here, this is total rainfall just through Saturday here. So you can see through the day, through Saturday evening, actually, we'll get about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch of rain across the lowlands. Areas from Seattle northward getting about a quarter inch to a half inch there, a little bit less in the rain shadow. You can see the coast getting 1 to 2 inches, and then areas from Olympia down toward Portland getting up to 1 inch. If we play this all the way through the next week here, you can see by the time we get to the end of this week will be here Friday there. You can see end of next week, and you can see we get additional rain there up to maybe another inch to 2 inches along the coast, half inch to another inch along parts of western Washington there in the interior. So the rain will be continuing, but we will have some drier times as well. Taking a look at total mountain snow here through this Saturday here, you can see passes getting 1 to 5 inches there, not all that significant. Higher elevations, Mount Rainier, Mount St. Helens, Mount Adams getting up to 2 to 3 feet, and the Olympics getting decent amounts. They're up toward 3 to 4 feet of snow in some of the Olympic mountains. So it will be nice to continue building that snowpack. If we play this forecast out a little bit further through next week, you can see that the passes do pick up another maybe 10 to 20 inches of snow spread throughout the next week. Ignore any of this snow showing up at lower elevations. Forecasts have a hard time taking that out when it really is not going to happen. And then some of our higher elevations could get up to another 4 feet or so through the next week. So we are still building that snowpack, even though it is now spring. It's good to see that snowpack keep getting built up. Taking a look here at temperatures, Friday's high temperatures likely in the low to mid 50s across western Washington. Same thing there on Saturday. Sunday we will warm up with that nice day in between the systems, highs on the coast in the mid to upper 50s, and you can see upper 50s to low 60s across parts of the interior. Cool back down there on Monday with highs dropping back into the mid 50s. Same thing, low to mid 50s on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And then by the time we get to Saturday of next week, we start to maybe warm back up just a tiny bit into the upper 50s and maybe low 60s by next Sunday. But that's looking really far out into the extended forecast. So pretty seasonable conditions here for the next week or so. Be sure to subscribe here on Western Washington Weather. Thank you to all my new subscribers who joined during the Thunderstorm event, and be sure to follow me here on Blue Sky, on Twitter, and on the Western Washington Weather Facebook group. Thank you all very much for watching. Find the links to all of these social media accounts in the description and a link to my Thunderstorm debrief post on Facebook, and I will talk to you all later this week.